Hello there, Lynx here. Welcome to Sakura Alien. Yesterday we've got quite a lengthy episode. Let's see what's today gonna bring. And in general, what's the game gonna bring here? We'll see. But next day.
That was one of the best sleep cycles I have experienced in a good long while. I feel very well rested now. What of you, Haru? Are you ready for another day upon your wonderful planet? Haru, what did you say?
I wonder what that could mean. Is it some manner of code? Are you attempting to communicate sensitive data to me in an encrypted fashion so it will not be compromised?
Again? I wonder what it could mean. It is quite peculiar that you're making such noises with your eyes closed. I wonder... Are you responsive, Haru? Again this? Is it a genuine response or is Haru making these noises inadvertently? Perhaps I should take it as a natural function of an Earthling's body, much like breathing. I'm beginning to wonder whether he means to speak to me at all. Why? He looks as though he is still asleep. Will you not wake up, darling? The ball of gas in the sky which you humans call the sun has risen. Your room is full of light, and outside I can hear the twittering of the warm-blooded avian life forms you call birds. I believe they are telling you to arise, as am I. I wish to go outside and explore more of your planet. Will you not wake up, darling?
He's totally doing those noises. Anyway.
Darling? Oh my, I suppose it is no good. He's impervious both to my voice and my touch. He must have been even more exhausted than I to sleep for such a great length of time. That, or humans are more delicate than I thought. I not want to be late to meet Hiyori, but... my darling does look very cute when he slumbers, so... I feel very blessed to have witnessed such a sight. He's so vulnerable in this state, and so very delicate. His eyelashes are so long, and his lips, they look very kissable. I would like to help myself, but... Perhaps that is a breach of human etiquette? I cannot say for certain. There is still much I need to study. Oh, I know! While my darling sleeps, I should use this absurd opportunity to familiarize myself with Earth and with the interests of its inhabitants that will help me blend in.
What do you mean by that?
My darling must be a wise man, for his shelves are full of books. I shall help myself. Now let me see, what is this? All these books appear to be about the stars, and the one on these shelves too. I know much about these stars already, having some come from space. These books will not help at all. I need to find material for more pertinent to earthly concerns. Perhaps my darling has more books in his closet. There are fewer books in here than there were on the shelves, but... Oh my. My. These appear to be books, for they are of a different kind to the others I have seen thus far. These are... strange woman covers, wearing very little... I thought my darling said last night that going unclothed was considered improper among his people. I wonder why these women are allowed to pose so. Is it more acceptable to depict nakedness in books than it is to go naked in real life? Let me see what else this book contains. Oh my. This is not a book of words. It is full, instead, of photos, all of women. They're posed in such intriguing manners. I can see so much skin.
How did he still not wake up?
I wonder, could my darling be interested in such affairs? Would he like it if I enacted some of the sins I can see in this book upon him? Certainly that should rouse him from his slumber. Perhaps I'll try it. If nothing else, it will serve to strengthen our bonds. I want to show my darling how much I care for him. What better way to do that than to cater to his desires? I hope you are prepared, darling. I'm going to make all your dreams come true.
Well, that was a disaster. I muttered darkly myself as I walked down the street alongside Anna. It's been about half an hour since Anna's rather unconventional wake-up call, and I'm still reading from it. As if Anna's good morning kiss, shall we say, wasn't bad enough, I also had the pleasure of being raked over the coals by my jealous housemate.
What?
Koichi didn't catch the pair of us in the act, thank goodness, but he did overhear the suspect noises that emitted from my room. He had the decency not to barge in as I was cleaning up, but once I dressed and left the room and I in tow, he descended upon me.
What the hell was going on there, man? What are you doing so in the morning on a weekend? What the hell? Who's she? What's with her get up? You weren't making her dress up in a weird outfit to suit your fetishes, are you? Isn't Hiyori enough for you? Aren't trying to scrap the girl you meet? Real life isn't the visual novel, man.
That's how my very one-sided talk with Koichi went, more or less. He did not seem very happy, both being wakened so early, and my luck with the ladies. I'm lucky, I guess Koichi was the only one who heard us. I think Daigo and Kosuke must have slept through that confrontation. For how they managed that, I don't know. I wasn't exactly being quiet, and neither was Kosuke when he clapped eyes on Anna. Then again, Daigo did once sleep through a magnitude 5 earthquake. Is it impressive? I wouldn't know. If Anna insists on remaining at my place, I guess I'll have to introduce her formally to the other guys at some point, but that can wait for later. For now, Anna is in dire need of some clothes that aren't molded to her body. She's attracting quite a few funny looks as she walks down the street, barefoot, her green hair swishing around her shoulders. Couldn't you lend her some of your shoes? For a little bit? What a pain this all is. The instigator of my current problems, alas, seems blissfully unaware of the chaos she's causing. Anna is busy, humming cheerfully, her eyes bright like gems. She drinks in the sights like a tourist, turning her head this way and that to take in all the apartments and the street slums. And the utility poles. I don't live in a particularly nice area of Tokyo, it's all quite rundown, really. A rough neighborhood like this was the only one I could afford. Dude, I like it. Those houses are super nice. There's nothing all that attractive about our immediate surroundings, but Anna seems enchanted. Hey, I called to Anna from a few paces behind, hands jammed deep in my pockets. Are you enjoying the sights?
Oh yes, very much so. This place is nothing at all like Corval.
In what way?
In every conceivable way. The architecture is completely different, and we do not have all these funny poles growing out of the ground. The sky in Corval is red, not blue, and we have 2 suns, and it is far, far hotter, drier too. Our grounds are not hard like this beneath the feet. Most of Corval's surface is covered in sand. It is colder here too, and the people wear strange clothes. They are covered almost from tip to toe. It is all very strange to me.
I guess it would be if you're used to a hot climate like that. I frown thoughtfully. Part of me wishes Anna wouldn't stare at everything, and more importantly, everyone we pass so unabashedly. It's a bit embarrassing, being sad with a girl who's making her otherness so apparent. I can fault her for her enthusiasm, for this is the first time Anna's had a proper look at Tokyo's streets. She walked back home with me last night, sure, but it was dark then, and she was tired. She didn't get a good look at the buildings, or the stores, or the cars. There weren't many people outside either. This might be a huge culture shock to Anna, but she doesn't seem at all overwhelmed. She looks excited instead. Every little thing prompts from her a squeal of delight. I've never thought this part of Tokyo is all that much to look at myself, but...
Oh goodness me! Look at this small cute animal! We do not have these on Corval, though I'm familiar with them in Hiyori. This is what you must call a cat, is it not? It is so cute. Do you think I can pet it? I would very much like to become its friend.
As I watch Anna, I feel my grumpiness beginning to fade. She might have gotten me into an awkward situation this morning, sure. But I don't think she intended that. I don't think Anna has a weak bone in her body. If indeed she has bones. Oh, interesting idea. I mean, probably does. Why wouldn't she? I'm not sure about the inner workings of being so Corval, but I don't want to find out in a hurry. I find space interesting, but I have no desire to dissect its inhabitants to further my understanding of its vastness. On the other hand, this guy is so fascinated by the space. If you get Anna's ending, do you get to travel into space with her? That would be interesting.
Here, kitty kitty, come here. I promise I won't hurt you. I was trying to see how your fur feels. I'm sure it must be very soft. You really are lovely.
Anna's smile is so warm, it thaws out my heart. It can thaw out my fingers, all of which are freezing, or the tip of my nose, but I feel contented, I guess. She's caused me a bunch of problems. I'm sure she'll cause a bunch more problems in the future, but...
Look, darling, that guy's letting me stroke him. He's really letting me stroke him. He's really soft, just as I expected. His green eyes are so cute, and his little ears. Oh, and his tail, look how it itches. What a curious creature. Can we kick him, darling? Please, 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 please.
I think I'm glad I met Anna. She's such a sweetheart. It's hard not to feel happy in her presence. I can't help but smile, despite my residual fatigue and the chill wind that buffets me. Though there's something I must mention, before Anna gets her hopes up too high. You can pet that cat as much as you want, but we can't take it back with us.
Ah!
Anna pouts.
Why not?
For one, our apartment doesn't allow pets, and for another, Koichi is allergic, and I wouldn't want to risk killing my housemate. Anna looks back to the black cat, which she's been petting, her head tilted askance.
Are cats dangerous?
They can be, if you're allergic to them. They don't mean to be dangerous, of course, it's just an unfortunate thing that can happen.
Oh, I see. That sounds awfully sad. I would hate to make people ill simply by existing. But do not worry, Mr. Kitty.
And rubs the cat behind the ears, which prompts it to meow contentedly.
I promise I shall pause to pet you whenever our path crosses. You have not seen the last of me. You are so very lovely, I cannot keep away from you. I love you. And I love this planet. And I love its people. And I love you too, darling.
She's dropping that word way too easily, to be honest. Anna looks back at me, flashing a mouthful of white pearly teeth.
I want to stay here forever and ever.
Huh? Anna's insolent declaration pierces my heart. I feel my cheeks beginning to turn pink, despite the chill weather, and I have to drop my gaze to my feet. I can't meet Anna's eye. She really is adorable.
What?
Yahoo!
How you do? Long time no see.
Hiyori greets Anna and I enthusiastically once we enter her line of sight. Hiyori's short, choppy hair is braided at the sides as per usual, and she's wearing a greatcoat layered over the pastel pink sweater and navy skirt. She looks rather snug in the coat, given its fluffy collar. Certainly she looks snugger than Anna, who's still wearing her skin-tight bodysuit. Hiyori gives Anna a once-over, her arms linked behind her back, and blinking curiously she says,
Good Goodness, that attire isn't very practical. Aren't you cold, Anna?
It's alright. This suit of mine is made with cutting-edge Corvan technology. It has sensors built to read my body temperature, which in turn adjust the levels of heat outputted by the suit. It's actually rather warm.
Really? That's interesting. Can I feel it?
And actually sounds very much more convenient than our clothes. Go right ahead. Smiling, Anna holds out an arm for Hiyori's inspection. Hiyori's slender fingers wind about Anna's wrist. She squeezes it as for searching for a pulse, then gasps.
You're right! This does feel very warm. I think might be even cozier than my coat.
I told you so. Smiling, Anna extricates her arm free from Hiyori's grip and takes a neat step backwards. I feel just fine. The climate upon this planet may be similar to what I am accustomed to, but my suit can adjust to it. Corvan technology is made to last, and it's awfully adaptive. The suit is constructed from polyfibers that should last for at least a century, without sustaining any major wear and tear, even if I were to use it all day. Anna does a neat twirl on the spot like a ballerina, arms outstretched, her long hair fans out around, her coat in the chill wintry breeze. Again, seems like it's much more convenient than our clothes. I could wander the streets like this all day.
I'm happy to hear that.
Hiyori beams.
Now that I know your suit is that impressive, it makes me wonder whether we need to buy you any new clothes at all. I'm afraid the manufacturing processes on Earth can't compare to your technology. Your suit sounds much more practical than my coat.
It might be more practical if we're talking purely about keeping warm, but it's absolutely impractical for day-to-day wear. We've been getting all kinds of funny looks since we set off this morning, and I don't want Anna standing out too much.
That is a good point. We wouldn't want to draw suspicion towards her. The last thing I want is for you to be taken away to their laboratory and dissected.
Anna kisses her, twirling, and looks to Hiyori, her eyes wide.
Huh? Could that really happen? I'm not entirely sure. It happens a lot to aliens in movies. But you're not much like the aliens that get depicted in movies. You look like an ordinary girl for the most part. I'd like to think our government would feel guilty about cutting you up, but, well, humans can be awfully xenophobic. If they are willing to harass those they presume to belong to their own species, I shudder to think what they might do to an extraterrestrial.
Hiyori shudders, though I don't think this can be attributed to the cold. Hiyori is such a cheery person by nature, it's strange to hear her sound, and indeed, look so serious. I wonder if she's speaking from the past experiences. Though I've spent several months in Hiyori's company as a fellow member of the astronomy club, I know very little about her past. She almost never talks about it, save I guess for her assertions that she's from another planet. She certainly acts like it at times, but I've never given her claims much credence. Did she stress this point back when she was in high school too? If so, I wouldn't be surprised if she got bullied. It seems inevitable really. Hiyori is a bit of a weirdo, but I don't think that excuses any potential harassment she might have suffered. Teenagers can be cruel. I'm tempted to ask Hiyori about this, but...
Well, don't worry, Anna. Haru and I are with you, and we'll make sure that doesn't come to pass. I promise we'll take good care of you. Nobody will take you away to any scary facility. Not on my watch. I will help you blend in, or my name isn't Takasaka Hiyori.
Yay! Thank you, Hiyori. You're very kind to me.
Of course. We are friends after all. As fellow aliens, we have to stick together. Now why don't we start shopping? Your suit is a very impressive piece of technology, but Haru is right. You really do need some human clothes. It will be no easy feat to showcase all of your charms, Anna, but don't worry. Big Sis Hiyori's got this. You can rely on me.
Alright. Will we get to see different clothes later that day?
Alrighty, it looks good to me. Hey, Haru.
Hiyori pokes her head out from behind the curtain of the fitting room, and a mischievous smile playing about her lips.
Hey, are you ready to see Anna in her brand new look? This outfit is very adorable, if I do say so myself.
Oh, are you done? I sigh in relief. Thank goodness. I've been waiting outside the fitting rooms for what seems a small eternity, aimlessly scrolling through my phone. I'm a weird one. Like, I don't like shopping on my own, but with the other half, dude, I would be willing to go shopping, and I would actually probably enjoy that. Anyway, I never knew there was so much truth to the stereotype that women can take so long for clothes shopping. A quick glance at my phone tells me it's been 2 hours, give or take. That's not that long, since Hiyori and I entered this department store. Hiyori guided Anna around, pointing out various bits and pieces she thought were particularly cute, while trailed along behind them. Being an average guy without an eye for fashion, I was content to let Hiyori call all the shots during Operation Outfit Anna. I found the whole process pretty tedious, if I'm being honest. But I guess it was nice watching the two girls bond over flouncy skirts and button-up shirts. Every once in a while, Hiyori turned to me to ask my opinion about a particular printed skirt or the neckline of a shirt, but I doubt my replies were all that helpful. I'm of the opinion that Anna's cute enough to make any outfit work. I just want to see her dressed in something less ostentatious than her sci-fi suit. Now, at long last, it looks like Hiyori's finally finished styling Anna. With a bit of luck, I will soon be free from this department store and the bubbly pop songs that have been playing incessantly over the speakers. Oh my god. Okay, if there is one terrible thing about department stores and such, it's the music. I agree with that. The music is annoying as hell. I bet especially if you work at some place. It's the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And where I worked, the playlist was absolute garbage. Not a single song was good. Quite literally. Lynx, the person who would go to the office and tune it down, we don't need it so loud. Oh. Always. It was so annoying. Then again, I mean, I feel like a lot of stores are like that, with annoying music. I also don't like the stores that play the music too loudly. Anyway, whatever. Let's get back to the game. If I have to listen to one more song by Ikue Ayu.
Sakura Succubus crossover, let's go!
So many options. I think I'll tear my own ears off. What does Anna look like then? I'm curious.
I knew it'd be.
But speaking of Ikue Ayu, by the way, next game after Alien, Succubus 5 and Succubus 6 coming out soon. Will not finish to play 6 4 on the date of release. What a shame. Anyway.
I'm sorry it took so long to pick something up, but well, you can't rush perfection. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I think I did a wonderful job putting this ensemble together. I'm sure she'll take your breath away.
Okay, those are some pretty confident words. Now I'm really invested.
As you should be. Just feast your eyes on this.
Hiyori rolls back the curtain that separates the fitting room from fitting room cubicle from the waiting area with a dramatic flourish. To reveal.
Cute.
Nice. I feel like she will still bring the attention from around. Also, dude, those are some thick thighs. Anyway.
Hello again, Haru. It feels like it has been quite some time since I last saw your face.
By the way, chopped tomate kudasai. give me a second, because this looks quite similar to one of the Sakura games, I believe. Let me have a quick look. I feel like it's a mix of something. I feel like it might be a mix of outfits, to be honest. Wait, it's not even a mix of outfits. This is a full outfits of a character that you used in the past. Yeah. I mean, not fully, but a big part of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, on the channel, look up a game called Sakura Agent. And there you will find something very, very interesting character-wise. I'm gonna say this. Fine Highs, exactly the same, I believe. Yes, exactly the same. The black part of the dress is almost the same. So basically, like above this belt-like thing, there was no black part. Over here in Sakura Alien there is. The whitish, pinkish part, it was there. The bow was there. I think, wait, let's see if... Even the glowy thing are the same. Listen, I'm not complaining, it's interesting to see that. Sakura Alien has so many strikes, so many mentions or so many elements that, you know, connect to other games. It's crazy. I love it. I really love it. Anyway, I read this one line.
Why, I think it has been 22 of your airframe minutes and 13 airframe seconds exactly. I hope you can forgive me. These clothes Hiyori chose for me are awfully curious. They are nothing like I have ever before witnessed on Corval or during my brief stint upon this planet. They are much breezier than my power suit, and they do little to keep out the cold air, but Hiyori assured me they were very fashionable. What do you think?
Well, I stared and I struck dumb. She's not wearing her skin-tight suit anymore at least, but I'm not entirely convinced that her current getup is much of an improvement. Anna's wearing a frilly white blouse with short sleeves that gapes open in the front, which is secured by 2 crisscrossing strips of fabric. The shirt is cinched shut about the neck with a red ribbon, which I suppose adds a degree of cuteness to it. But really, that shirt is bizarre. It mightn't be too out of place on a runway filled with zany high-fashion pieces, but it's not intended for daily wear. The high-waisted skirt and shirts being paired with is fine, I guess, but even that seems a bit too short, a bit too tight to be comfortable. I think she looks attractive, but won't people think she's a weirdo if she walks around like that? Won't other guys stare at her if she walks around like that? Ooh, exactly. This is my problem. I don't want other guys looking at her, okay? Boop. For a reason I can't quite fathom, I don't like the thought of Anna drawing too much male attention. In a sudden peak of possessiveness, I can't help but think of her as my alien. Hey Anna, are you alright wearing that?
I'll admit it is quite different from what I used to.
I'll say the gaping front of her shirt almost makes Anna's suit look tame.
But I rather enjoy experiencing new things. I did not get much of a chance to partake in other cultures in Corval. I was not often allowed to leave the palace. I dressed of my parents desired and had to be on my best behavior at all times. This is a very liberating. You humans have so many choices in all facets of your life, from your itineraries to your attires. So do you think, darling? Do you think these clothes will help me fit in?
I really wonder about that. Crap, I can't stop myself from staring at Anna's chest. I always knew she was well endowed, but this shirt really shows off her goods. It leaves almost nothing to the imagination. I would say it leaves quite a bit to imagination, but yeah. Did Hiyori pick this scanty shirt out on purpose to tease me? Is this supposed to be some kind of joke? Are you serious about making Anna wear this, Hiyori?
Well, why not? I think she looks adorable.
Hiyori beams guilelessly, as for unaware of how provocative Anna looks.
I'm not confident enough in my body to wear an outfit like this personally. I'm a bit too squishy to pull it off, and not in the right places.
Yeah, right. Like I believe those words.
I'm also too short. My legs are all stumpy.
Yeah, right.
And I mean, one is proportioned like a fashion model. She has such lovely long legs, and she's so slender.
Yeah, I doubt fashion models have this thick of legs. And anyway, fashion models.
Do people really find them attractive? Do they? Are you serious?
Anyway.
She's so cute. It would be a crime if she didn't buy this outfit. I should take a photo so I can commemorate this moment for posterity.
Hiyori begins to snap shots of Anna on her phone while Anna smiles bashfully. It's nice to see those two getting on, I guess, but Anna might be cute, but I think it will be more of a crime if she does go outside in that outfit. That shirt is in no way stable. She's one misstep away from severe wardrobe malfunction that is not properly insulated. Corval is a desert planet, remember, she's not used to the cold. I don't want her getting sick.
Alright.
Hiyori puts her phone back in her skirt pocket, then giggles.
I didn't think of that. I was so excited about dressing Anna up, my conscience must have fled me.
Evidently.
Well, see you in next 2 hours then. We better wait for us.
I sigh. Hiyori claims to have common sense, even if she's in absentia, but I often find myself wondering. She's such a ditz. I was wrong for entrusting Anna's new wardrobe to Hiyori. I start to think what future fashion disasters she might come up with. Let's find more sensible outfit for her. She needs some warm pieces to keep out the cold, like sweaters, pants, and the like. We should probably get her a coat too, in case it snows.
Snows?
Anna looks at me curiously.
What is that?
It happens when it gets really cold and water vapor turns into the crystals, ice crystals. It falls from the sky and it turns the ground white. It's pretty, but it's not something you'd want to brave without being covered up.
Oh, that really does sound incredible. I would love to see that.
Genfo, you read the manga. How did you not know the snow? I bet there was some Christmas episode. I'd love to show it to you too, but not while you're dressed like that.
So this outfit is no good?
It's definitely no good. I sigh.
I say it's good.
I like it. I was saying it might draw too much attention, but
would it?
I think it's not bad, not that terrible in that aspect. Maybe the skirt was a bit longer. And, you know, the white part would cover entirety of the front. I would say it's completely safe to go out like that. Anyway, being the only one in this group with anything even approaching inside is quite a burden. I start to think how Anna would have ended up if Hiyori had been left to her own devices. Now that's scary thought. Okay, let's see what you choose for her then, man. Sometime later.
Alright. Not bad, man.
This is what I was talking about. A bit more length, cover the front, we are good to go.
Thank you for helping me choose an outfit, Hiyori. I think this looks really nice. It's no problem. It's to be expected, really. But any outfit would look good on you. Your figure is incredible. Oh no, you're just flattering me. I was always told to eat more bacon, Corval. My parents were forever saying I'm too skinny.
What?
Really? I think you look perfect.
By Earthling standards maybe, but not by those of my home planet. Oh well. Anna beams full of the joys of spring, it being winter notwithstanding, as she does a neat 360-degree spin on the spot. Her long mint green hair flutters about her in the cool breeze, and her skirt shifts about her thighs.
So what do you think, darling? Do you like it?
I look up and down, my arms folded. The outfit Hiyori chose for her, after much deliberation, is fairly conservative. Certainly more so than the frilly nightmare she cajoled Anna into back in the fitting room. It was not a nightmare though. This outfit is much more suitable for the wintry chill. It conceals a fair bit of flesh, which should keep Anna warm and toasty. Anna's clad in a thickly knit woolen turtleneck with striped sleeves, which Hiyori has paired with a wine red dress. The dress itself is fairly short, but Anna's legs are clad in thick, opaque pantyhose to offset the coat. Is it? Okay, it is. I don't know much about women's clothes, but I think the ensemble suits Anna. Then again, as Hiyori said, I think almost anything would suit her. Now, Anna's not wearing her strange latex spacesuit. I can take a proper look at her without feeling the need to avert my eyes. She looked good in the suit too, of course, but I think I prefer this more homey apparel.
I think you look great, Anna. It's very cute. Really?
Anna's smile widens. If such a thing is possible, she looks like she's glowing.
Thank you so much. That's very sweet of you to say. I do not think I have ever been happier than I am this moment.
Anna's enthusiasm must be contagious, because I find myself smiling too. I'm a bit tired after being dragged around so many shops, and I can't pretend that I enjoyed myself while waiting outside the fitting rooms for what felt like forever. But Anna's smile makes all my accumulated fatigue melt away. It's hard to be in a bad mood when I'm with her. She perks my spirits up within seconds.
Hey Hiyori, can we explore the city? Tokyo seems a very interesting place. It is so vast and sprawling, quite unlike Corval. Now I am dressed for the occasion. I want to take in all the sights. But of course, I was going to suggest that myself. I don't think we'll be able to see all the sights. Tokyo is so fully big after all, but we can make a decent stab at it. Stab?
Anna's brow furrows.
Why would we wish to stab anything? That sounds rather violent. I do not want to get blood upon my new clothes. Even if my dress is red, it might not show the stains, but it would be an awful waste. Oh no, that's not what I meant. We won't actually be stabbing anybody. That would be a surefire way to get on the police's bad side. I'd hate for you to end your first full-time explanted in a prison cell. That simply won't do. Ah yeah, the police. We have them on Corval too. They ensure that nobody's breaking the rules. I would not want to make an enemy of them. They carry laser guns and can atomize body parts in less than a second.
Laser gun? Huh? That sounds like something ripped straight from sci-fi novel. But again, I guess Anna's whole existence is rather sci-fi, her being an alien and all. We're not going to run to the police at all, so it's a moot point. But they don't carry laser guns here. Nobody's going to atomize you, no matter what happens.
Oh, thank goodness. That is a relief. As a princess, I was under the certain protections, and I would have been atomized on Corval, but I am not in Corval any longer. I'm no princess on this planet. I'm just Anna. I have lost all my privileges. But that means I'm also far, far freer. Now I can go where I want and do what I want. I cannot wait. Neither can I. I love showing people around. Just leave the itinerary up to Big C's Hiyori. We're going to have a blast.
Tokyo Tower? Anna, Hiyori and I meander about the city for a while, stepping into random stores and later grabbing a bite to eat. We do this for several hours, until we end up at the batting center. Oh, fuck. This is one of the things I would love to go to if I have a chance to go to Japan at all, ever. See, I've never played baseball, but batting centers is something I wish I could get to, really. As for how we ended up here, well, Anna saw the batting center as we walked through the streets and excited asked Hiyori what it was. Intrigued by the concept of baseball. What a novel idea! I did not know hitting balls with wooden bats as an activity worthy of such laudation, and had been asked if she could try it out for herself. Hiyori and I capitulated to her, and now we're in the batting center. I've never watched a baseball game though. Never played a baseball game as well, now that I think. No, I did play, but it was a long time ago on a Pegasus. Anyway, Anna, as it transpires, isn't very good at baseball. Her hand-eye coordination leaves a lot to be desired, and during her first few pitches, she was even holding the bat the wrong way around. I'm not a sports buff myself either. I find any physical extras beyond my daily commute to university a pain. Lynx does not agree with that statement here. By that I mean myself, obviously. I don't know why I said it in third person. So weird. Even though I must limit myself because of my Achilles being overworked. I still do run for now. I return to it a little bit. For just 2.5 kilometers. And still, at random moments of stepping, I get that shock going through the Achilles a little bit. But at least it's not pain, constant pain. I also do dumbbells. Because it doesn't put strain on the legs. But that's not really important. Anyway, back to the game. I'm a physics nerd through and through, not a pro athlete. I wish I was a pro athlete. Physical education was always my least favorite lesson back in high school. Oh yeah, in high school it was a waste of time to me. Physical education in my high school sucked in general. Such a low level. I was one of the very worst in my class. I was one of the best, but I lazed around. Honestly. I was doing everything half-heartedly. My classmates used to rib me for that on a regular basis. They thought it was funny I was so deficient given how tall I am. A lot of the girls in my class run faster than I do. Whoa. Hiyori, however, proves to be a big surprise. She's far better at baseball than I ever would have imagined. Please give me a CG of that, please. She hits every single ball that's pitched at her by the automatic machine without breaking a sweat. The extra her pace, one of easy confidence. Please.
Yes! Thank you! Thank you!
I wanted this CG so badly.
Take this!
Is this how you are supposed to hold a baseball bat? As well? I mean, I wouldn't be sure. I probably would go by instinct, you know, kinda sporty instinct, handling it. But I don't know if there is a proper way. Probably a proper way depending where the ball is going to go, right? Or something like that. Or how far from the plate you are standing. Anyway, bat in hand, Hiyori swings it at the encroaching ball. The bat hits the ball with satisfying toot, then shoots through the sky like a projectile. I wish its ascent then descent, one hand held to my eyes to blot out the wintry sunshine. The ball lands a few hundred feet away, bouncing against the turf. I must say I'm impressed.
Wow!
Anna, who's long since tired of trying and failing to hit any of her own home runs, watches this spectacle with wide eyes. Her hands clench at her front. Also, I feel like this, basically the batting center, dude, I feel like it would be a good dating spot as well. Listen, you have to go with the original ideas as well, right? You can't go, oh, let's go to the cafe. Oh, let's go again. Oh, let's go for the first time. Oh, how about the cafe we've been through 3 times? How about on 4th time we go there again? You know, you get to have multiple options up your sleeve. Anyway.
That was incredible, Hiyori. I had no idea you were capable of such feats.
Also, her finds, also really nice. Anyway.
You humans can do almost anything when you put your mind to it. Truly, you are an impressive species. Oh, it's not that impressive, really. I've always been fond of baseball. Ever since I was a little girl, I'm not at all good at sports.
Join the club.
But baseball's the one exception. It's special, I suppose.
Oh yeah? I can't help but be curious about this. Wait, what was that about joining the club? Join the club. I don't get it. Oh yeah, I can't help but be curious about this. I've known Hiyori for a while, but I had no idea she was good at baseball. I guess there's a lot about Hiyori that I don't know. I never really cared to find out.
What?
Despite our supposed friendship, I've always tried to keep my distance. Was that callous of me? Yeah. Ah well, there is no time like the present to learn a little more about her. Were you part of a club back in school or anything?
Oh no, it's nothing like that. I wasn't part of any club in high school, unless you count the going home the club. I never really fit in with my peers. I don't think they would wanted me around. My father, my elder father, that is, likes baseball a lot, for he used to take me to games with him back when I was a child. I have a lot of fond memories of watching matches with him. I decided to pick up the sport myself, for I didn't have anybody to play with. There was a batting center like this near my parents' home, only a 5-minute walk away, that I'd often stop by on my commute from school. I wasn't very good at baseball at first, but I eventually got into the swing of it. Hitting the ball with the bat is very satisfying. It's a good way to let off steam.
Probably something like, for me, just kicking the ball. Football ball. It helps you unwind, that's true. Hiyori swings the bat again as she speaks, once more hitting a perfect home run.
And I like watching the ball as it soars through the sky. It looks so free and untamed. I've often wished I could be like this, like one of those balls.
Hiyori tips her head back, her choppy brown hair shifting the breeze, to observe the pastel sky.
I too want to soar up in the sky someday, out of the atmosphere and the Earth's gravitational pull up in the recesses of space. I've always felt, ever since I was a child, that I never quite belonged here. But the home is not this planet. It must be somewhere else, above my head. I wonder where it could be.
Hiyori sets her butt down, then exits the batting cage. I guess she must be tired of playing baseball now. Not that I can blame her, she has been going at it for a while. Hiyori stretches, then looks at Tuena.
I've been giving it some thought, and I've been wondering whether I come from the same planet that you do, Anna.
Freed from its confines, she then turns to look at Anna, smiling as she does so.
I'm no way confirming that, of course, but I think that'd be nice if it were the case.
Oh yeah, I quite agree. If I had more friends on my home planet, perhaps I too would not have felt compelled to leave. I love Revi a lot, of course, but you can never have too many companions, particularly kind ones like you.
Thank you. Hearing you say that makes me very happy.
Hiyori giggles.
I don't know if I'm from Culver or not. I have no proof of it either way, but I'm sure my real home resides somewhere out there. I probably have another family who loves me, who are thinking of me even now. They mightn't like baseball like my father does, but I'm sure they have other interests and hobbies. I want to share those interests with them. I would love to know more about them. I'm woefully ignorant of my true parentage, but I'm sure they exist somewhere out there. They must. After all...
Hiyori looks at Anna, her hands clenched at her front.
You came here, Anna, from the stars. Your presence here is proof that aliens do exist somewhere out there. If you came to Earth from a different planet, the same may be true of me. No!
Hiyori shakes her head.
It must be true. I refuse to believe otherwise.
If you feel that strongly about it, there must be a grain of truth to it. Nobody knows ourselves better than we do, after all, be we human or Corvin. Perhaps I can help you find your home planet one day, if ever I'm able to repair my spaceship. That might be fun.
Oh yeah, I would absolutely love that. Thank you so much, Anna.
It's no problem. You and Haru have done so much for me already. You deserve it. It is only polite, or so I have heard, to repay others for their kindness. I press my lips together. I'm glad Hiyori looks so happy, but her insistence about her true origins are starting to perturb me. Why is Hiyori so insistent that she comes from another planet? Is being a boring, ordinary Earthling not good enough for her? Maybe her high school years have something to do with this. From what I've gleaned, she didn't have much fun or any friends when she was a student. Isolation can nurture all sorts of strange beliefs in people. This alien shtick must be a coping mechanism. I can take it seriously, even if Anna is, and I don't want to encourage her either. I just wish she would like herself for who she is, rather than who she wants to be. I know that's easier said than done, but they don't think it should be too impossible and undertaking. Too impossible and undertaking, sorry. I like Hiyori just the way she is, to such an extent. In fact, I consider her... Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a choice, very important choice, Lynx. It is time for you to decide what you're going to do. I'm gonna say... I mean, you guys know probably by now that I really like Hiyori. I like Anna too, but let's stick to Hiyori. Maybe something more. I've never really considered Hiyori as potential girlfriend material before. Her clinginess put me off, but I've seen a new side to her over the last couple of days. She's been so nice and understanding towards Anna, I'm starting to think she might make for a good partner. She's certainly kind and considerate, plus she's a great cook. I enjoy spending time with her to boot, and I don't want her to be unhappy. I'm starting to think I might like her more than I anticipated, but I'm not entirely sure of my own feelings. As such, it's not like I can blurt them out, not in the middle of the batting center. Actually, why not? But just make things awkward. No, on the other hand, I understand. I'm saying, if there are no people, I would say it's alright. If there's like a crowd of people, no, then don't do that. Don't. I would never do that myself. Human relationships are so complex, I sometimes feel like an alien myself. Yeah, they are complex, that's true. Time passes, and the day eventually comes to a close. The pale sun sinks beneath the horizon, ushering in a dark sky full of stars. And now Hiyori and I were kept busy all day, traipsing about the city to take in the sights. The soles of my feet hurt from all the walking I've done, and my wallet is similarly aching after spending a not insignificant amount of money on various tourist traps. I'm pretty tired after the day's events, but I've nothing on Anna. She dashed about hither and thither like a kitten now, predictably enough she's exhausted. And I yawned, as if to prove my unspoken point, then rests her head against my shoulder. Sleepily she links her arms through mine, then murmurs.
That was quite a day. I had a good day I found, but perhaps I exerted myself a bit too much. I must take care to pace myself in the future, lest I fear I will burn myself out entirely. May I return to the apartment to recuperate now, darling. I could use a rest.
You do look sleepy, certainly. Having a nap wouldn't be a bad idea, but there is one more thing I would like us to do.
Oh? I look at Hiyori askance. Is there a particular tourist attraction you want to go to, Hiyori?
Not entirely now. This is a purely selfish request, but I've been pondering for it for several hours now, and I cannot remain quiet. I realize when I started and realized this may be bad timing, but, well...
Hiyori inhales, taking a crisp mouthful of winter air, and then says,
Would the pair of you mind coming back to my house? I have warm beverages I can offer you, and my living room is very cozy. I promise to make you feel at home.
Your house. Now that's an interesting proposal. I've never actually been to Hiyori's place before. I don't even know what it looks like. I must admit, I'm curious. What prompted this?
Oh, I mean, it's nothing really.
Hiyori demurs, red-cheeked. In the manner that clearly telegraphs she was prompted by something, really. Hiyori isn't very good at lying.
I just wanted to speak to you about something, Haru. It is not a particularly important matter, but it has been weighing on my mind. It'd be awkward to discuss it out here for so...
Hiyori looks at me shyly beneath half-blooded eyes.
I thought it would be best to speak alone in my living room. Is that no good?
Hiyori looks so unusually anxious, I can't help but feel compassionate. I don't want to turn down her offer, but I wonder... I mean, I don't have any problems with that, but what about you, Anna? Would you mind coming with me to Hiyori's for a bit?
Oh no, I don't mind at all to... I would like to see what your abode is like, Hiyori. I cannot pass up a chance to observe how your Earthlings live. And as you are friends, I would very much like to learn more about you. I would be glad to accept your invitation, although...
Anna yawns, yet more tears bedding in her amber eyes.
I fear I might fall asleep once I get there. I hope such a behavior would not be too unpardonably rude.
Oh no, it's quite alright. I'm the one being rude, asking you to humor me like this. If you need rest, I can let you borrow one of the guest bedrooms. My home is rather large. There is no shortage of space.
Very well then. I shall look forward to it. Please lead the way.
Of course, just follow me.
Hiyori turns on her heels, then sets off through the streets. I follow after her, a half-asleep Anna clinging to me. Her cheek rests against my shoulder, and her pale green hair flutters with every step she takes. She looks ready to pass out at any given moment. She seriously pushed herself too hard. But if given a chance to redo the day, I doubt Anna would have behaved any differently. I know she had a blast. Watching her was enough to put a smile upon even my grumpy face. But Hiyori's desire for discussion has put something of a damper on my good mood. What exactly does she want to talk about? I suppose I'll find out soon enough.
Maybe she wants to confess. What do you guys think?
Here we are, home sweet home. So, what do the pair of you think? It's not too ostentatious, is it?
I don't know if that's quite the word I would use, but I stare about Hiyori's living room, momentarily eye-struck. Hiyori's house isn't a mansion, but it's definitely on the larger side. Her living room is sleek and fancy with several neatly arranged couches and a vast flat-screen TV. It's significantly more upscale than my family's home out in the countryside, and it's significantly more modern. This whole house looks like it belongs to a well-to-do upper-middle-class family. It's in a nice location too. It's a brisk walk away from the nearest train station, but it's situated on a quiet residential road without much traffic. This area of Tokyo is far more peaceful than the area I live in, and there is way less trash strewn about outside on the sidewalk. These living conditions couldn't be more different from the ones I'm used to. This is, kind of crazy.
Do you really live in here, Hiyori?
Yeah, really. I'd hardly wander into stranger's house by mistake, and I wouldn't rent out the show home to trick you either. That'd be way too much effort to go through for a simple prank.
Yeah, I get that. In retrospect, that was probably a stupid question. Of course, Hiyori lives here. The key wouldn't fit in the lock otherwise. This is still a lot to take in for. Do you live here on your own? Hiyori nods.
Mm-hmm. My parents don't live in Tokyo. Their home is in Chiba.
I know about Chiba and so on. The one thing I'm curious, I need to actually put this quickly into Google twice, basically. A little comparison for me. Maybe we'll talk about this at the end of the episode. I'm curious. Chiba. I will have a look later. So maybe when we're ending the episode, something like that. Anyway.
I know Chiba isn't so far away from Tokyo, but my parents thought it'd be inconvenient for me if I had to commute for an hour every single morning.
Yeah, it would be a pain in the ass. Especially both sides, so it's 2 hours of your life.
They've always wanted to give me the best possible start in life, or so they say, so they rented this house for me to live in whilst I attend my studies.
Listen, this is nice, no gonna lie. This is nice. And if you have opportunity like that, possibility like that, You take it.
They didn't buy it outright. Buying a home such as this for 3 years of education would be wasteful, even from my parents' perspective, but they have sunk a considerable sum of money into it over the last couple of years. It all seems a bit excessive to me. But my parents are excessive people. They've always had more money than sense.
Listen. If I have this possibility, let them do what they want. I bet they worked hard for it. I remember you saying that once before. You said your parents were rich, didn't you?
Yeah, indeed. They're incredibly well off.
I've only been in Hiyori's home a few minutes, but I can't believe that. My parents would never be able to afford putting me up in a house like this. Hiyori's parents mightn't have bought this place, but renting in Tokyo isn't cheap. That's true. My cruddy apartment cost an eye-watering sum as it is. I can't even begin to imagine how much this house must be. It's strange, Hiyori doesn't dress or act like a wealthy young lady, but I suppose she must be. I mean, just because you have a, like, let's say, expensive house or apartment, doesn't mean you will act all rich and so on. I would say. Should I start coursing to her from now on and calling her milady? It's a funny thought, but I don't think Hiyori would appreciate that. She looks unusually troubled, sitting on her sleek modern couch, her fingers curled up on her lap. This might be her home, but she looks even stiffer than I feel. I guess she's not comfortable to all the luxurious trappings, despite growing up among them. Hiyori is far more relaxed when she's in the rundown astronomy club. Could that be why she spends so much time there? The astronomy club room is more soothing, I'll admit, than this place. Fancy for this living room is, it is a bit too pristine. The walls and the floor and the furnishings are so neat and tidy, it looks like something you'd find in a magazine. There is no warmth in here at all. I can't see many personal effects scattered about either. The atmosphere is uncomfortably chilly.
I told my parents I'd be fine living in an apartment complex, like most of my fellow students, but they wouldn't hear of it. They were afraid I would, I don't know, get robbed, maybe, or that I would get into fights with my housemates. I suppose that's because I never fit in during high school. My parents thought I would be best off on my own, away from everybody else. Maybe they were right, but I'll never know that now.
Hiyori sighs.
Having a house like this to myself has its perks, certainly, but it can be somewhat lonely. I envy you, Haru, having Koichi and the others to speak to. You're never alone.
And Haru be like,
Hell, I would love them to not be there.
anyway, oh, I don't know if my position is all that enviable. Koichi and the others can't stand me.
I don't think that's true. They might be a bit raucous.
And that's putting it lightly.
But you seem to get on well enough. You're always horsing around, aren't you?
I guess so, maybe. Hiyori sighs again.
I would have loved to live somewhere with other girls whom I could befriend. I've been rather lonely, living in this house all on my own. My parents said this is for my own good, but what do they know? I'm not entirely certain that they are my real parents.
I just hope she never said that to their face.
They've always spoiled me ever since I can remember. They used to buy me toys and pretty dresses, and now they buy me fancy electronic gadgets and they pay me my rent. I've never wanted for anything, but it's always felt like they are overcompensating.
I don't know. I mean, we don't know much about parents. We can try guessing. For example, as I said, if they have money, that means they must have worked for that really hard, right? But maybe they weren't in, you know, let's say a little bit of privileged situation. Wait, what? Yeah, they weren't in such a privileged situation themselves, you know. So, you know, they are doing for you what they would like for themselves at your age? Kind of something like that? I don't know, I would say that you shouldn't look badly at that, pretty much. You mean you think they're trying to buy your affection?
That's exactly it. They're far more generous than other parents would be because they are not my parents. I'm certain I'm adopted. I've not seen a proof, not with my own eyes, but my parents get awfully cagey whenever I bring the subject up.
Oh my god, she actually said that to their face.
It's suspicious. I wish they'd be honest with me. I'm 20 years old after all, but...
A yawn from Anna. That was a yawn, okay. Punctuates Hiyori's complaints. Hiyori looks at Anna, abashed. Anna is sitting next to me on the couch, slumped against my side. Her lashes are matted, and it looks like she's fast asleep.
My.
Hiyori smiles.
I'm afraid all my talk must have bored her. She's out for a count.
I don't think Anna's bored. She's just tired. We did a lot of walking today. She must have tired herself out.
I suppose so. There is more I wish to discuss with you, Haru, but first we should probably put Anna to bed. There is a guest room upstairs with a nice soft bed. I'm sure she'll be right at home there. I think we should be able to carry her together if you don't mind helping me.
I mean, I thought I would just carry her myself, but okay. Of course not. Up you get, Anna. I hold the comatose Anna to her feet, who murmurs something incoherent and cuddles up against my shoulder. With Hiyori's help, I guide Anna up the stairs. Didn't you just carry... Why wouldn't you carry her there? Like, you know... Then into one of Hiyori's guest bedrooms. Apparently she has two. The pair of us lay Anna up on the bed, then draw the covers up beneath her chin. She doesn't stir all the while, despite our jostling. Her eyes remain shut, her breathing soft and regular. Surely must be exhausted. With Anna safely tucked up in bed, Hiyori and I return to the living room. Hiyori offers to brew me some tea, to which I accept. Hiyori then heads to the kitchen while I sit in the neat, seemingly unused living room all alone. Hiyori's house might be gorgeous, but there is something awfully staid about it. I don't think I like it very much. Hiyori's perfect living room is so quiet in the borders on sinister. Hiyori must feel horribly alone, living in an isolated place like this. I wonder if there's something I can do to cheer her up. I'm pondering this when Hiyori returns from the kitchen, tray in hand. On the tray are 2 cups of freshly brewed tea, exuding heat, and a teapot. I, meanwhile, just have water. Which also makes sense that I only have water because I did brush my teeth already. Before recording. Anyway.
Here you are, Haru. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Hiyori sets the tray on the coffee table, then takes a seat beside me on the couch. I thank her and pick up my teacup. I blow on the surface of the tea a couple of times before bringing the rim of the cup to my lips, then sipping.
What do you think? Is it good?
Yeah, it is. I'm glad you didn't use too much sugar. You remember what I like, huh? I don't use sugar at all in tea.
Of course I do. We've been friends for quite some time now, and I've been cooking for you regularly. I have all of your tastes memorized, looked up here.
Hiyori taps her temple, grinning.
I'm not so good at recalling important facts or figures, but I recall almost everything about you.
Ooh. Really? And why is that?
I know. I suppose because you're special to me.
I am?
Yeah, very much so. I'm really glad I met you, you know, Haru.
Hiyori smiles at me gently.
Back in high school, the girls in my class all teased me, and the boys didn't give me a second glance.
What? Okay. Be honest with me. Were the boys actually blind? All of them or something?
They thought I was playing, and maybe I am.
No.
Part of me wonders if that's why I became so obsessed with the idea that I'm an alien.
So she realizes that. Nice. Hiyori frowns, then crosses her legs.
Not that it did much good. My assertions only made my classmates throw even further away from me. This is a bit embarrassing, but you're the first proper friend I've ever had. You're the only person I feel I like I can confide in. Well, you and Anna now. She's a sweetheart. I've been having fun with her, but I don't feel the same way about her as I do you. Yeah. I like you a lot, Haru.
Wow, thanks, Hiyori. I take a sip of my tea, hoping to mask the blush which has begun to spread across my cheeks. My heart is fluttering against my chest like the wings of a butterfly. All of a sudden, I'm aware of my proximity to Hiyori. She's sitting very close to me on the couch. Closer, perhaps, than is necessary. I'm used to Hiyori threading her arm through mine, but this feels even more intimate. Maybe that's because we're alone together. In Hiyori's living room, ladies and gentlemen. What are we going to say? What are we going to say? Wait, first of all, will there be a choice? I'm gonna say... Fuck. No, you know what, Hiyori is the girl. There is nobody here to stop us. Should things get serious, and not like that will ever happen. Dude, calm the hell down. I like Hiyori as a friend, but I certainly don't like her in that way. Dude, don't you remember my choice from before? As for herself, meanwhile, well... I like you a lot too? Question mark? I reply, my voice questioning as I set my teacup back down the table. You're a good friend.
Thank you. I feel the same way about you. You're such a good friend to me. In fact, I want to show you something I've not shown anybody before, not willingly at least. This is a bit embarrassing, but...
Hiyori swallows, then seems to come to some kind of internal agreement. She raises her head, her eyes meeting mine, then says in an unwavering voice.
Oh. I want you to know everything about me. You deserve to know the full truth.
Huh? Okay, now this is starting to sound serious. I'm almost expecting this to lead up to a confession of a criminal record. Hiyori hasn't murdered anybody, has she? It'd be a surprise given how sweet and mild-mannered she is, but they do say you can't judge a book by its cover. Would it be any more shocking, really, to discover that Hiyori has a body count than it was to meet an actual alien like Anna? It's hard to say. My love, we don't know what happened to those high schoolers from her class. Anyway, my life really has become complicated. What truth are you talking about exactly? Did something happen?
Not really, no, but I think something might happen because of this. I've been waiting for something to happen for a long, long while. My parents told me I was being foolish, my classmates too, but their opinions are irrelevant. I want to know what you think.
About?
This.
So you have a birthmark. Hiyori grabs the neckline of her sweater and pulls down, revealing an ample amount of her cleavage. She does this so suddenly I can do nothing other than go. Well, I'd like to look away, but my vision is being sucked into the abyss of her soft bosom. I've always known Hiyori's chest is on the large side despite all the sweater she wears, but now I have concrete confirmation of the fact Hiyori really is stacked. She looks incredible, and the pale pink blush that dabs her cheeks only adds to her charms. I can't believe I ever thought Hiyori was plain. Yeah, I can believe that as well, dude. I was saying from the very beginning she's not plain. She might not stand out much when compared to Anna, but that's because Anna has green hair and amber eyes. Her looks are certainly more normal, but there is a subtle, understated charm that underpins them.
Haru?
Hiyori stares at me, her brown eyes unnaturally focused.
Can you see anything unusual about me?
Unusual? I blink amused. What does Hiyori want me to say exactly? Yes, your chest is unusually big. She might be exposing a lot of cleavage to me, but somehow I don't think that's quite the response she's fishing for. What for is her game here? It's the one I noticed, didn't I? The birthmark, right? Why is she acting so provocative, in so provocative manner? How does this guy not know? Anyway, she isn't trying to seduce me, is she? If she is, she's doing a pretty good job at it. She looks so warm and soft and... Oh!
Realization suddenly dawns as my eyes zero in on a certain abnormality that tarnishes Hiyori's otherwise perfect skin. I was so taken by Hiyori's body I didn't notice at first, but now I spot it. I can't steer my eyes away from it. It's really strange. There, on one of Hiyori's soft mounts, is a peculiarly shaped birthmark that looks like a star. That's so cool, for. I've never seen anything like that before, outside of the pages of this one popular shonen manga. Hiyori isn't the descendant of a certain famous family, is she? The fact that I don't know. I honestly. What? What is this about? Oh, Joestars, that's true. Oh my god. I'm like, wait, what? I kind of was thinking, wait. Space anime birthmark? What? Who? That's true, Joestars. Oh my god. Hiyori Joestar. Let's go! Hiyori is in the center of certain family, is she? Can she perform feats of Superman strength? Stop time? Save the world? That seems pretty unlikely, but then again, so is Anna. Anything's possible. But, an interesting birthmark. It's a birthmark, isn't it? Hiyori nods.
I've had this since I was born, and paid much attention when I was younger, but this time where I started to wonder. It's a perfect star shape, with 5 neat points. It's very uncommon for birthmarks to be shaped like this. It was this birthmark which made me wonder whether I might in fact be an alien. It seems like some sort of sign. I've never fit on this planet, and I'm certain I'm not my parents' real daughter. They don't have any photographs of me as a baby.
Here is interesting information. My family don't have any pictures whatsoever of me. Well, we don't... Right, we didn't really... I mean, I don't have any at my place. We didn't really take the photos from the old house to the apartment we moved in the past together when I was still in high school. So yeah. What's that? I wonder why for. Ah, whatever.
They don't have any photographs.
Yeah.
They're so nice, it's clawing. It's as if they're afraid I might leave them. Afraid. After putting all the evidence together, I said I might be an alien. The birthmark proves it. I've been certain of this for the last 7 years.
Hiyori relinquishes her grip on her sweater, once more hiding her curious birthmark.
I'm certain that it must mean something. But I think you're less than convinced, Haru. You think it's crazy, don't you?
Well, I don't know about crazy. I look away from Hiyori. Her magnetic influence on me terminated with the covering of her supple flesh. I do think it's unlikely, though. Your birthmark is certainly unusual, but I don't think it's so very unusual it confirms you're an alien. As for your parents, well, I can't say too much on that front. I've never met them, but adoptive mothers and fathers do exist. They're rich, and you're their only child, so maybe they feel like spoiling you. There doesn't have to be a deeper meaning behind it.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. I've told myself that too, of course, but still.
Hiyori sighs.
I can't shake the feeling that I don't quite belong here. I've always felt more at peace when I look to the sky. The stars are more comforting to me than the company of other people has ever been. Apart from you, of course.
Hiyori shifts even closer to me up on the couch, then rests her hand upon mine.
I trust you, Haru. I like you.
I know, I mean, you already said. I'm glad to hear it, but, I scratch my cheek with my free hand. The one which isn't entwined with Hiyori's. Aren't you upset?
No, why would I be?
I didn't agree with you when you said you thought you were an alien. Didn't hurt your feelings?
It's fine. I didn't expect you to agree or to understand. I just thought I should show you my birthmark. I want you to know everything about me.
Hiyori leans in closer still, her chest pressing against my arm.
I've been trying to confess to you for a long time, Haru. I've not been subtle in my advances, but you never seem to get the hint. I was too shy to outright state what I wanted, so I had to play my attachment off as a joke.
Hiyori's finger squeezed my palm.
But it isn't a joke. It's never been a joke. You're the most important person in the world to me, and I can't keep that bottle up inside. Not any longer. I have to tell you how I feel.
And how is that exactly? Dude, she already told you. My voice is softer than a whisper as I address Hiyori, my mouth inches away from hers. If I'm trying to play it cool, I can feel my cheeks prickling pink with embarrassment. I'm more acutely aware of Hiyori's body than I've ever been before. The sight of her bosom must have ignited a fire within me because I feel on edge. My relationship with Hiyori is starting to shift. After tonight, I doubt things will ever be the same. This thought fills me with pressure. But it's not unpleasant, perhaps I want things to change.
You should know how I feel at this point, Haru. But I'll spell it out for you, if I must.
Hiyori smiles.
It's true what people say. You boys are so tense. I should realize that to spare me this embarrassment. But getting it off of my chest should make me feel better.
Hiyori exhales, her eyelashes falling shut. Then she peers in my face, our fingers clasp, and says,
I like you, Haru. I really, really like you. In fact, I think I might be in love with you.
Hiyori. I begin, but I'm unable to finish. Off you go, girl, that's right. Don't lose to an alien. Waku waku! That's because roughly 0.03 of seconds later, something soft and warm presses itself upon my mouth. It takes me another 0.03 seconds to figure out what this sensation is. It's Hiyori. Actually, it's 0.03 hundredth of a second. Anyway, it's Hiyori. She's kissing me. There is no way I could misconstrue her affections now. She really must love me. I sign to the kiss, which Hiyori uses to her advantage. Here we go. We'll be talking about saliva. I get annoying wing clouds. Her tongue slides in my mouth, her fingers cupping my cheeks. She's the one taking the initiative, despite being much slighter and smaller than I am. In situations like this, I thought the guy was supposed to take the lead, but my knowledge... wait, what? I'm not sure what you wrote there, to be honest. It's not R, but in. Okay, it should be in situations like this, and it will be easy. Okay, my knowledge in situations like this is woefully lacking. I've never had a girlfriend before. Oh boy, how did you manage that? I feel completely out of my depth, but then again, so is Hiyori. If I'm her first ever friend, as she said, I doubt she ever had a boyfriend. We're both complete novices when it comes to love, but maybe that's what drew Hiyori to me so intensely in the first place. Like her, I'm something of an outcast too. I've never thought of myself as an alien, but my obsession with the stars is strong enough that I've frequently been labeled a space case. I guess Hiyori and I are pretty similar. That being the case, it's not so surprising she would fall for me. As for me, meanwhile, I don't know how I feel. I think I might like her too. Ladies and gentlemen, I think, I think everyone knows what I'm going to say here, because Hiyori is great. Let's go. The longer our lips stay pressed together, the harder my heart begins to flutter. Surely that must mean something. I'm starting to think that I might like her in return. I don't know what exactly will happen next, but maybe that doesn't matter. I want to kiss Hiyori and touch her and inhale the scent of her shampoo. I hope it has the citrusy scent. And above all else, I want to make her happy. Would be crazy if that was the end of the game. I beat my way back to my apartment days, the sleepy Anna resting against my shoulder all the way while the cool, wintry air rumples my hair and nips at my skin, but it can dilute the memory of Hiyori's mouth against mine. I thought Hiyori might have been interested in me, given her propensity for affection displays, but I chalked all that up to her, well, Hiyori-ness. I thought she was just being friendly. I was aware that her feelings for me ran deeper than that. I wasn't really sure, if I'm being honest, that Hiyori was capable of falling in love with anybody. She seemed too lost in her own little world to pay attention to earthly affairs such as romance. I guess I was mistaken. Now what am I going to do? What do you think, Anna? I glanced at my companion, whose cheek is pressed against my shoulder. Should I start dating Hiyori? It is coming not to after she confessed so earnestly, but I still don't know how I feel about her. Do you have any advice? Anna alas doesn't reply. I was hoping for a bit of a feminine insight, but... Anna is asleep, her eyelashes matted together. She must have exhausted herself after the day's exertions. Her arms are looped tight about mine, and her head is lolling. A few strands of her green hair are in her mouth, and her lip is spotted with saliva. Well, I was saying we'll be talking about that, but I didn't expect this over here. I was expecting this on the keys. Anyway, it's a miracle she's able to remain upright, and that she's been keeping pace with me during our walk back home. She's stumbling along like a little zombie. I guess now's not the best time to discuss all of this. Anna's plainly incapable of discussing anything at the moment. I smiled at my alien companion, touched by how sweetly vulnerable she looks, and brushed some stray hair from her mouth. Anna stares at this, shifting at my touch, but her eyes remain shut tight. Sorry for dumping all of this on you, Anna. This isn't your problem. I'll have to think about Hiyori's feelings on my own terms. For now, let's get you back home. You look like you could use some proper shut-eye. I yawned myself, my eyes bedding with tears. The cold breeze chills them, so my skin prickles. And so could I, as a matter of fact. Today's been more eventful than I imagined it would. My life really has become hectic since Anna crash landed into it. Things are occurring at so rapid a pace, it's hard to keep abreast of it all, but I'm not unhappy with how things have worked out. Maybe I should thank Anna for that. Whether it was intentional or not, she really has brightened things up. True. I returned to my apartment at a brisk pace I can manage, while supporting the near comatose Anna, and led the pair of us inside my room. Anna is so tired I have to help her out of her new clothes into the oversized shirt she's been using as her pajamas. I do my best not to gawp at Anna, but it's a tricky business given how voluptuous her curves are. My fingertips brush Anna's bare skin, and she sighs in response. She looks so beautiful. Indecent thoughts begin to cloud my mind. But with monk-like self-control, I'm able to ward these thoughts away. Yeah, that's how it should be. Don't lay a finger like that. Only the lowest of low would do. The scumbags. Anyway, I don't want to look at Anna as a mere object of lust. That would only serve to strain our relationship, not to mention my relationship with Hiyori. Now I wonder what I'm going to do about that. I still have no idea. I have a lot to think about. It's all a mess. I worry as I help Anna into her futon, then lay down my own, that I will never be able to get any rest. My brain is stuffed to the brim with thoughts, like packing paper in a cardboard box. I understand that one. It's all a bit overwhelming. But my exhaustion claims me quicker than I thought it would. My eyelashes fall shut the moment my cheek meets my pillow, and soon... I find myself pulled in the dark recesses of my own dreams. I don't dream of Anna or Hiyori, for they've been playing on my mind a good deal all day. My dreams are devoid of the touch of human flesh, devoid too of any warmth. In my dreams I see myself stranded in the vast dark recesses of space. Stars twinkle around me like granules of sugar, and the planets revolve slowly about the sun, little more than tiny pinpricks in the distance. It's a humbling kind of dream, which impresses upon me just how small and insignificant I am. The vast, uncharted depths of space are terrifying, but they are reassuring too. When I look to the sky, I'm always reminded of just how unimportant my own problems are. It's this knowledge which gives me the fortitude to keep on going. I'm losing my voice, sorry. I can do anything, or so I like to tell myself, so long as I can look to the stars for guidance. And so the next day. Tomorrow. We'll see where this is all going. However, as you probably realized that by now, I am after the lovely Hiyori. She's my girl here. She's my girl in this game. By the way, we triggered 4 achievements. Nice. There are only 5 left. Nice. Dude, we are blasting through that. I think it's because I'm enjoying this so much as well, and I actually want to record a bit more than I did with Forest Girls, for example, like longer time-wise. Anyway, I was supposed to have a look. Tokyo. The average price of a newly built condo unit is around $550,000. What the fuck? How big are we talking? How many meters is that? This is 2 million in around 2 million, probably over 2 million, maybe even 2.5 million in my currency. What the fuck? It's ridiculous. I guess everywhere the house prices are ridiculous. Even in Poland, as I complained quite a lot of times by now in videos, the prices are ridiculous. For 78 million you can buy a whole apartment building in Chiba. land. For 6 million, how much is 6 million yen? 6 million. Wait, what? What? Are you being serious? You can buy land with a house, and it's a proper land. Oh, almost 300 square meters. Oh, it's just land. Okay, makes sense. It's literally just land. There's no house over here. Okay. Still for 4.5. Okay, that's 150,000 in my currency. Interesting. Holy crap. Dude, if you think about it, you could find some good deals over in Japan, I guess. Lower price. Oh, featured properties, okay. Alright, so in Chiba, there is a land for 4.5 million yen. Which is nice. It's not bad. Okay. let's see, area. I went on to a different site now. Let's go price low to high. Let's go. Is there the size of the place? Minimum size. Let's say we want 50 meters minimum. Okay, so that's houses already. Interesting. So the cheapest house would be... No, it's an apartment. 8.5 million? What? For an apartment? That's crazy. That is crazy. Anyway, that's all I wanted to check. I said I would check this at the end of the episode. I did. Also the crossover with... Kind of crossover. Like the mention with this outfit of Sakura agent. That was interesting, not gonna lie. I really love nicked pieces from other games being mentioned here. Also, you know, they mentioned Ayu from Sakura Sakura's, the idol. I love it. I love the little bits of that. The baseball girl. She's cute as heck, by the way. Hiyori is cute as heck. Anna is also cute, but I feel like I like Hiyori more, to be honest. Like, design-wise and also personality-wise as well. And Hiyori Joestar. Oh yeah, there was also a little bit mention to that. Well, that was certainly interesting. Anywho, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Sakura Alien. Of course, we'll continue tomorrow. There is still 5 more CGs waiting as well. And actually 5 more achievements as well. Anyway, if you like the video, consider liking as per usual. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing as well. It's free. You can comment something. Who would you choose? Anna or Hiyori? And let's say that harem is not an option. We are going real life. You know, true to real life. Harem, no. Hiyori or Anna? I'm going Hiyori. So you guys get Anna. Now, honestly, that be it for today. Oh, you can also go to my socials, so Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Occasionally, Fridays, Saturdays, nights. There will be streams, because there are streams. And that's it. We'll continue this lovely game tomorrow. I wish you all a wonderful day. Bye bye.